Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are, whenever you're watching this. This is Floating in Dreams. Today we are going to be doing my Shop My Stash for October. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today's video is going to be a Shop My Stash updated everyday makeup drawer of some of the products that I'm going to be either testing out or trying out for the month of October. And I do this video once a month, every first Tuesday on the month. I like to come on here to update you on my makeup drawer. I'm going to be starting the video off with some mini reviews on things that are in here, and we are also going to be going into my drawers and show you what I'm going to be choosing for the month of October. So let's get started. And in case you're new here, hi, my name is Maaike. I live in the Netherlands. I like to come on here to chat about eyeshadow palettes, Essence and Catrice reviews, and getting the use out of my makeup because I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone. I deem myself a snow angel. If you would like to join the Snow Angel Club, then definitely click subscribe down below. So yes, Shop My Stash for October. Let's have a look at what was in here for September. I still have everything in here right now. Primer is still going strong, but we are getting quite low. I just popped it in here so you can still see. It's about halfway gone already. So this is one that is really nice. It's the Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Primer from Essence. This is the watermelon one, and I like it, but I am going through it quite quickly because I do need 3 pumps every time I use this, but it is a nice one. It's a good enough primer. But Essence and Catrice have come out with so many primers all the time that by the time I've tested all of the older things, they already released the new lines. So I definitely need to start trying some new things after this. So this won't be a repurchase, but I will be using it up. Another thing I'm trying to use up is the Ordinary Serum Foundation in 1.1N. I'm about like 2/3 of the way gone. Like with this one, it's always difficult to tell. I think I'm somewhere around that black line or just above it. Because when I put it down, I can definitely see that. So I've been using this a couple of times every time, but in September I had to take pictures of so many base products because I have 2 foundation reviews that I'm currently working on doing for you. So that's why I didn't get to use this a whole lot, but I do really like it. And this is why this month was quite challenging, because apart from these 3 newer things, I tried a lot of base products. I think I put like 10 different foundations onto my face at least this past month. But yeah, the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer I did write a review on. That was lovely, but I want to try something else because I definitely still need to put things to the test. Putting things on my face once isn't enough for me to make up my mind. I did also review the Healthy Mix foundation from Bourjois, which I just remember like why I love this so much. This is such a nice formula. But is it just me, or does this have very heavy fragrance, which I don't remember it having? So I did feel it was a little heavily fragranced for my liking. And then the Kiko Precious Rituals, this was part of a limited edition collection last year. And I just wanted to try it again, just to see how it would go. And like wear it for like a little bit more, but it's actually a bit too dark for me. So I'm going to put that back into the drawer. And then I had just one concealer in here. This is the MAC Smooth Wear Concealer from their Studio Fix line. I have this in NW15, and this was a lovely concealer. I reviewed it again as well this month, and it is one I don't need a lot of, so I think it's going to last me some time, but I'm going to keep it in because I really like it. And then for powder, I'm still going strong on my Kiko powder for sure. You can't really tell, but it's got a huge dent. It's got a really, really big dent, and I showed you the crack along the side the other time, and it hasn't really gotten any bigger. So that's why I was afraid last month that this was gonna crack, but it hasn't done that, and the crack hasn't gotten any bigger, but it's a lovely powder that I love. That's gonna stay. I'm going to be moving out the Balm bronzer. This was the only bronzer I used all month, and I'm not sure if you can see that, but this actually has a huge, huge dent, like just right here. I can tell, like if I hold it like this and I look at the pan, that there's a lot more product here and here than there is right there in the middle. So this is one I'd like to hit pan on at some point, but I just want to try another bronzer again, or at least go back to one. I don't have much to try because I don't have that many new bronzers, but yeah, going back to an older one would be nice. The only highlighter I used, Melt Digital Dust in Morning Star. This is really pretty, and I just needed a highlighter and a bronzer that could go with everything, because apart from base products, I found out there were a lot of blushes I still needed to apply to my cheeks to, you know, test them out for blog posts. And what I like to do is that I first do all the swatches, and then I apply it to my cheeks once, and then I put it in a Shop My Stash to really give it a try. So now I have all those pictures, so now I can select some more highlighters again that will go, like this would go with like everything I wanted to try. And then we just have some blushes left. My Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand. Is it just me, or do these things come with very little product? Like, look at that. I was using it one day and it took me so much effort to try and get anything out. Mine is in Pinkgasm, and it's all of a sudden gone all flat. It was mostly air, and I now feel so duped. And this is such a hyped up product. I don't think these are worth the price point. And then my MAC Glow Play blush in the shade Rosy Does It. I think last time I called it Rosy Cheeks, but I have another blush by MAC that's called Rosy Cheeks, I believe. And this is so pretty. It's a really nice, cool toned purpley pink. Like, it's not quite purple, it's not quite pink, but it's cool toned when you should put it on your cheeks. And I definitely got some wear out of this one too, despite the fact that I was using all these different other blushes this month. But because I was trying out so many blushes, and I actually still have a couple that I still need to take pictures with, but this one just didn't get used at all. It was tucked away in the back of my drawer, and that's why I didn't get around to using my Cover of X Mojave blush. Mojave Mauve blush with a shimmer and a matte formula. I still like this. But I am going to be selecting something new. Mascara still going strong, Essence Lash Princess and Catrice Glam and Doll. And I think my brow products are still good to go. This Soap and Glory pencil always has this like wear and tear once you start using it, but yeah, that still has plenty of product for me to last another month, I think. So I won't have to replace that anytime soon. And then my brow gel is going pretty well as well, so I don't need to replace that. Eyeshadow primer, the Milano one. This is my first step when I apply face primer. I apply this. And then my shadow just lasts a lot longer. And this is getting pretty low, but I know from experience that most of the product is actually here, so I think it will last me for some time to come. MAC Paint Pot, still going strong, but we're getting a nice dent in there. Like, you can definitely start seeing that I'm using this for sure. That's in the shade Painterly. That's my second primer, which I always apply right before I do my eyeshadow. And then I have Pan in Vanilla. Do we think we can use this up before the end of the year? Who's with me? I hope I can. Like, I really hope that I can use this up. There's definitely there's very little product in the middle, I can tell. And this pen has been growing every single time I use it, so who knows? Maybe we can use it up soon. And something that I know I will use up for soon is the setting spray that I thought wouldn't run out. It's the Pretty Fresh from ColourPop. And when I started using this, I felt I made very little process. But once I got to the halfway point, it went down really quickly. And I think I have about 1 or 2 more uses left with this. So we definitely need to select another setting spray. And then, sneak peek, this is not going to come this week, but next week, I have already filmed my custom singles palette, my Playing with Singles series for the month of October, because I already did some looks with the one I had in here before. So if you want to see me selecting these shades and my reasonings for having a palette and a singles palette in here, then definitely watch that video. Should go live, I think, next week, Thursday. I'm like pre-filming stuff as well. So that's what was in the drawer. I always update you on lip products as well, but I didn't really wear that many different things because I was trying out so many different things. I just wanted to wear something that would go with everything. And I have mentioned how I'd like to try and use up my Tower 28 lip gloss in the shade Coconut. As you can see, we're making progress because most of the product is now in like the lower third. So I have about a third of this left. So I'm doing a good job with this, but I didn't really wear anything else because I just needed such universal makeup, you could say. But now that the month is over, I have been trying some other things. This was one of the products I still had to take pictures of in September, and I put this on my lips and I was like, this is such a good fall lip color. It's by Romand, which is a K-beauty brand. This is in the shade Berry Knit, and it's their Zero Velvet tint. These have that like moussey, kind of comfortable, like Kaleido's lip clay kind of formula. Really, really stunning product, and I love this shade. And then, of course, what is a month of lipstick wearing without a Lisa Eldridge lipstick? This is Velvet Muse. But this was like, there was just a day where I was like, I need like a warm-toned, rosy, neutrally shade. And I was like, Velvet Muse, and then I wore this. So yeah, that's it for the drawer. Let's go to the makeup drawer and select some new products. Welcome to the face drawer. This is as per usual where I select most things. Let's kick off foundation, and this month I want to try out 2 foundations. These are the Evelyn Cosmetics Wonder Match. What shade is this? Do I know? 16 Light Beige, and the L'Oreal True Match Serum Foundation in the shade Very Light. So this you will see coming up in a recent haul because I just got it, and these are 2 of the foundations that I still have to put on my face to be able to review them. So that's what I've done now. And as I tried these for the first time, I felt both of them were a bit too dark for me. So I'm like, right now I could still get away with these shades, so I might as well try them now. This is also a little more like heavy duty coverage, and this is more lightweight, giving me some options in the month, but I definitely want to put these to the test and give them a review. I don't need a new concealer, I don't need a primer, but I do need setting spray, and I keep my setting sprays like tucked away here. And I think, yes. So I still have this that I haven't used up yet, and I think these like little ones from Catrice that you can use up really easily. This is the Bang Boom Brow setting spray. This is supposed to be like something you can like spray onto a spoolie and then use it like a pomade or a wax with this. But it's also for your face, so you really don't need a separate setting spray just for your brows. That's a bit ridiculous, but I've used this all over my face before and it was okay. It's a small bottle, and there's already quite a bit of product gone from the few times I've used it, so I think I can use this up within a month, especially because the ColourPop one is pretty much gone already. And then we need blush, bronzer, and highlighter as per usual. So let me see. Let's start with bronzers right here in the back. What do I want to use? Could go with the cream one. I haven't reviewed the M Cosmetics one yet, so we could do that for a review, but I don't have a bronzer review planned for October, so I don't really need to do that. What's like a good fall time bronzer for my skin tone? Oh, I know. Yes, yes. Nabla Ombre Skin Glazing Bronzer. Yes, that's what I want to go back to. So that's going to be my only bronzer this month. Highlighter, we can use a couple of things. So the new Essence Make Me Glow highlighter, I've said how this reminds me of what the Pure Nude used to look like, but I can't compare it because the Pure Nude was discontinued really quickly over here, so I never was able to buy it when it got really hyped up, but I do want to put it more to the test. It looked okay-ish, so we'll see. And then what else do I have in here? We've got some other things, but I do want something. Oh, I just want to go back to Vanilla Quartz by Becca for like a more intense moment. So then I've got 2 highlighters, which I think is fine. And then for blush, again, I have quite a few blushes I still need to try. I finally put these on my cheeks, the Kaleidos and Smoky Nostalgia ones. Like, I had those for months and I hadn't played with them at all yet. And these are really nice, so maybe select these? I don't know. Ooh, what do I want to put on my face? I like to go back to this, the Bare Minerals Bronzer in Kiss of Pink. I think this is quite pretty for the fall time. So that's number 1. And like I said, I still have quite a few blushes to just put on my face randomly. So I don't want to like pick too many things that I have yet to review for the Shop My Stash, because I just know I wouldn't be able to get to it. This, it's Plush Like Me from ColourPop. I put it into different packaging though, but this is a really nice, more cool toned option. Mauve shade. And then maybe something like plum, like the Rosie Does It shade from MAC. But then, is it this one? Yeah. It's more of a magenta shade though. I think that's more of a winter shade for me. Oh, yeah, wait. I all of a sudden remember that I own Rapture from Urban Decay. Look at that. Really nice, cool toned, like plum blush. And that's an old one that I just need to get more use out of. So those I like. So that's a good selection. And then I think I have everything I need. So let me show you how I put back together the drawer and talk to you about eyeshadow palettes as well. So I've put the drawer back together. Let's talk to you about eyeshadow palettes. So the first stack I wanted to show you is something I've already shown you, because I'm currently doing a series where I want to go back to older palettes, and these are the palettes I've selected to go back to for October. So by the end of the month, you can expect me to do a video with these 5 palettes. And I already showed it in that video, but I'm pretty sure maybe not all of you have watched it, so I wanted to include it here. So I'm going to go back to the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk, which I love for the fall time, not just because of the warm tones, but actually because of this shade Cashmere. Then I wanted to try some of my rearranged color stories as well. In the Fleur By, I've put my Orchid You Not and Wine and Only shade, so I want to play with this because I love like berries and purples for fall. And that's also why I've selected the Modern Renaissance from ABH. I really love doing like berry looks with these like 4 or 5 shades, and maybe that taupey shade. Those are my favorite shades in the palette, and I want to go back to it because this is kind of on the chopping block for me, and I need to decide whether I want to keep this when I do my next declutter. And then the Sigma Enchanted, I think, is a very nice fall color story if you leave out this side of the palette. So I definitely want to do 1 or 2 looks with these 8 shades, because these I feel are a little like too light and don't really go with the foresty vibes of the other half of the palette, I feel. I might rope them in just for funsies, but I feel that these 6 shades just aren't that special. And then I also want to go back to my rearranged Gingerbread Spice by Too Faced. These are Too Faced shades from the Chocolate Bar, the Sweet Peach, and the Gingerbread Spice. So I've rearranged the color story into something that I was hoping would work much better for me. But I can see some of these shades are ready to pop up out again. So, but yeah. That's, I thought, a color story that was very pretty for the fall time, so I'm gonna use those. And then, of course, I want to try out new palettes as well. And something I haven't done yet is review the new Essence and Catrice palette. So the Catrice line now does the 5 in a box in, what's this called again? Elegant Cocky Look. I used this in my Catrice video when I filmed with all of the new products. I'm gonna be testing this out one more time, because at the time I put the Cocky shade in the crease, and I definitely want to use this in the crease as well. So I want to do one more look with this before I review it. And then I also want to review this palette in this month's video. So this is the Pro Slim Desert Romance, and it's got lovely warm tones with that yellow, some burgundy plummy shades as well. So I can't wait to try that. And I was gonna do a video with the 4 new palettes that launched in the line, but I have just found out that the new Essence and Catrice Disney Villains collab is already dropping as we speak, so I may have to switch some things around and leave the 4 palettes that Catrice released as part of their standard collection to put those into November, because I can't do everything in 1 month. I mentioned Essence new products as well, so in the Essence video I already used Don't Worry Be. This is a really nice cool toned taupey color story, and it was a very pretty look, but I haven't used the other one yet. This is Don't Stop Believing In, and this is also cool tone, but then more purpley plum leaning. So I'm really curious to see how this goes when I use it, so I can rope these into my review. And that's why I have both of them in here, because I've already used some of it, but not all of it, but I still want to do a proper review with them. So that's why I'm putting extra things into this month's video. And then I have another small thing here, the Charlotte Tilbury Walk of No Shame Luxury Palette. So this was a free gift with purchase last Black Friday, and I haven't gotten around to using it. I was like, it kind of screams fall to me because of those warm tones. I may not love this, but because it was a freebie, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, so I'm going to use it and make up my mind on how I feel about it. So I'm going to be reviewing something luxury as well. And then the other 2 palettes I'm going to try are my 2 Aether Beauty palettes. So the Rose Quartz is pretty much the one I really lusted after. This is such lovely cool tones. At least it looks like it. So we've got some mauviness, some rosy things, some taupey silvery things, some gray, some neutral shades. So can't wait for that. And then this is the Moonlight Crystal. which is cool tones, but then with some teals, blues, and purples, and some greens. So this is a more colorful option. So I think we have a nice array of like new to me palettes that I can try with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 palettes. I normally do a 5 palette review now, but the Essence and Catrice bits are very small, and this way I will probably have some more space as well to play with those bigger palettes that I want to go back to. So that's sort of the trade-off here. Plus I have a palette that I'm going to be playing with to get some more use out of some singles as well. So that video is still coming, as I said. So yeah, that's my Shop My Stash for the month of October. I really hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Please give a video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I make several videos every single week, so I hope you'd like to stay tuned for more, and then hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye!